Hey everyone, it is 8:43 right now. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou, along with our good friend Chef Danny Wolf, again, U.S. Army Reserve in studio with us. Again, one of the best creations that ever come out of this kitchen are usually at the hands of Danny over here. But you brought somebody very special with you. We're going to talk about veterans in just a moment. But first, who did you bring with you here today?
This is one of our younger soldiers here. She's a culinary specialist. Been in just a little over 2 years. Got to do her first holiday meal with us last year when you were there. So she's getting the exposure and learning.
And so just again, this is what you want to do. This is your focus being part of the Army, right?
Yes, sir.
That is nice to don't call me sir, it's Lou, okay?
Yes.
But
Yes, Lou.
why did you want to get involved in something like this?
It was all because of family. Just a lot of my cousins are in. So I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. So that's really my main focus in the beginning.
And cooking has always been a passion of yours?
It wasn't before, but it is now.
It is now.
It is now, yes. I do love it a lot.
And that has to make you feel great, Danny, because you're able to expose people to the world of this culinary arts, and you have an important role in that.
Yes, yes. This is my art, my craft, and as I get towards the end of my military career here, it's very important to show the younger ones what you can do and what you can get out, as far as the military and take advantage of. It's a lot different now. It's truly, 5-star almost Michelin rated some of the food that we put out. And I'm going to show one of the examples today. It's not, again, and I've said it before, not like you see on MASH. I have culinary specialists that are competing all over the United States in competitions against civilians and military, and doing well. So it's an excellent job skill, and it's an excellent way to serve. One of the things that's really important, and you can ask anybody that's in, from being in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the bond all the time is the first thing they can't wait for is that breakfast in the morning. They can smell it if you're in the middle of the woods or wherever you're at. They love it, and they have no complaints about your cooks getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning making their coffee and everything else and bacon and that. And they look forward to that.
All right, so let's get cooking here. So while you're explaining what we're going to build here today, just while you're getting things ready, explain how important it is this to say thank you to a veteran that might be out there, especially this weekend with Veterans Day.
Well, it's changed a lot. When I first came in 1976, Vietnam was just over with, and people thought a little differently about us and what's going on and how the press was. And now, as we get later in terms, and what I'm seeing more and more now is people come up all the time, and it means a lot to us. It really does, because we don't even think about it, but it happens. Somebody will come up to you if you're in uniform and thank you for your service, and no matter what, you just don't expect it, and you're stunned. And I've even had sometimes where people come up behind me to say, it kind of shocks you, but they mean well, and I never know the right response to say to them, for support, because to me it's, they're
but it still makes you
too.
feel good too, doesn't it?
It does too. And when I see my fellow veterans and people that were in a long time ago, and we talk and we all had that thing to share, and and to serve for the country, we don't think about anything. This is what we do, and it's a calling like anything else, and we all have different jobs. But it's amazing when you go and meet another vet, and we talk about the Kodak moments, and we talk to them.
All right, and your job is to cook something here for us.
Yes.
So again, what do we have butter in there, right?
Okay, what we do is clarified butter.
Okay.
And she'll explain to you what clarified butter is and the difference.
What's the difference between clarified butter or just throwing a stick of butter in the pan?
So clarified butter is pure butter fat. So you are separating the milk solids and the water from the butter. So once you bring it to a boil, you just scrape off all the fat to it, and it just has a longer shelf life and a higher boiling point. So it can
So
just
this is
get
something
hotter.
you can do at your
Yes.
home and
You
then
can,
store it?
yep,
Okay.
yep.
And the way you do it is take your butter, whatever it is, and this is one where I don't recommend the generic butter. I lean more towards the higher end butter. So you can.
We're popping there a little bit. It's
Yeah, a
really
little bit.
warm again.
Yeah.
Just the moisture in the food. You put ham in there?
Yeah, I put ham in there. You got to think about your ham has water in it, unless you go a higher end ham in there.
cool.
Let's go ahead and do a couple eggs. Let's do 3 eggs in here.
Okay.
She can do 3. And of course, Lou will have you do 3 at the same time. But
Yeah, I don't think I'll get them on the floor. So we'll get the
normally
ham
you would
off the
see this
fire
much
for a second.
popping with the ham. And I prefer, we're using a wire whip, but I actually prefer using one of these because you get more air into the egg, so it blows up like a souffle.
Okay.
We use 3 eggs, and the difference is because of the air incorporating. We'll see how you do this, and if we have time.
Now these are practices that you can use at home on a regular basis. Here, this creation here, you have a special name for it?
Yeah, actually, I call these my Reagan omelets.
Why do you call them your Reagan omelets?
Well, back a long time ago when I was working at the big White House there, the big house.
Right.
We were downstairs and working just finished with a function. Mm-hmm. And we sat down, and of course, Mr. Reagan, the president, came downstairs. Of course, we all jumped up right away, first startled that he came down there. But a lot of times at the White House, when they do functions, they don't have a lot of time to eat, so they're hungry afterwards. And usually somebody from the staff will bring food, up to them. And he actually came down, and we jumped up. Can we help you, sir? What can we, do to help you? So I'm hungry. It's okay.
Well, can you make me an omelet?
There you go. He goes, I'd really like to take care of you guys, and thank you, but I'm not that good at it. But so we tried to, show him where everything was, and he started making an omelet. And it was
He started making it?
He started making it, and we're like, we're freaking out, okay?
That's good, though. That's
You know
excellent.
what I mean? And so he's making the omelet, then he starts making for us. So he made 4 omelets for himself. Then he sits down with us and starts talking at the table, just like we're talking right now. And like I said, first about 20 minutes, and then the boss came downstairs and told him it's time to go back up, But what's unique about this omelet?
Nancy, I'm eating. I'm talking with my guys.
Yeah, it's like he had the president thing on, and
All right, now you have the ham and the egg all cooking with the clarified butter in there,
Yeah.
but you have some other accoutrements here too.
And I just threw other ones there. What's unique about this is, besides clarified butter, is this is done a little differently. First, you put your vegetables in there to get them soft. If you ever make an omelet and it breaks apart a lot, that's because your vegetables weren't done all the way al dente, but it's
that
not.
happens a lot.
It's not good for that. Also, when we talk about clarified butter, if you've ever made anything that has a butter sauce in it, a soup or anything like that, and you see the little bubbles in it,
Yeah.
it's called breaking. And the reason why it broke is because it's the solids from the butter is now separating. It's almost clarifying itself, and that's, you lost your bonding agent.
Ah, okay.
So what you do is, if you notice, I got a lot of air in this here, okay? And remember, it's only 3, all right? And then what you do,
like a lot more than 3 omelets.
and it doesn't. Most of the time, people can't finish 3. Now it's up to you how you want to flip in that. Now my egg pans, I always use an 8-inch. I never dishwasher or hand wash, nothing abrasive. I keep paper towels on. It's the only thing they're used for.
All right.
There we go, and we're going to do
Let's
this.
see it. Let's see if it's zoom in on him. We got to get this. Da-da-da-da.
I do this 100 times. It's
There
usually not
it
a
is.
problem. Okay. And so you take this here, and then you throw your cheese on it.
All right, throw your cheese on. Just scoop some cheese on there.
There you go.
Here's
Throw
some
your
more.
cheese in
There you go. This
There
is
you
like
go.
we're doing it at home. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I wash my hands and
All right.
everything, Mom.
I trust you.
Put it on your plate, okay? And the cheese will melt as it's sitting there.
So you don't have to worry about melting the cheese in the pan.
No. And what's very
Oh, look at
important
the
about
sauce
it.
on there. Oh, I'm going to turn this. I'm going to get this camera. Look at this. Look at the butter dripping off of that. Is that awesome or what?
And this is good butter. If you could say butter is good.
Oh, this looks absolutely amazing.
And there you go. There should be a.
There's a fork right here.
Yep.
We're going to try this. And the cheese is melting already.
Yep.
Johnny Bush, you don't get any of this.
Yeah, I know.
That's the way an omelet should be.
See, it's nice. It's airy. It's light.
Hey,
And
look how fluffy this is. Look, I have to eat this one here to get it out of the way. Look how fluffy that is. But Danny, this is absolutely outstanding.
you.
There you go.
another key thing I always have is try to have your eggs at room temperature.
Does that really make a big difference? Have you noticed that?
When you go to crack the eggs, okay, and they're not at room temperature, you actually have, it sounds crazy, more of a chance of them, the yolks breaking. Mm-hmm. And of course, the proper way is you break one egg at a time.
Right.
And I always prefer using like the little hand
Handheld-
mixer.
the
handheld
power mixer to
right.
get some air into
versus
it.
air, because the air is the key. You could always throw a little bit of milk in there if you want.
Wonderful. All right, so thank you so much, Chef, for coming over.
No problem.
Great to see you as always, and we're going to try to be with you for your holiday meal as well. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to December. Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming over.
Hey, thank
We
you.
appreciate it, and thank you for serving.
And thank you for your support.
Thank you so much. We will be right back. It's 9:52. This is CW Iowa Live. More on.